dealing with high levels of stress on a day-to-day basis? Okay, so if you're looking for a scientifically proven stress reliever, your best solution might be to hit up a cat adoption center. Cats are a really common household pet, and a lot of people have them. I have both cats and a dog, and I love them both, but cats are a lot easier to handle, so for some people it might be easier to own a cat instead of a dog. So today we're going to go over how cats can be medically beneficial to humans, why they're easier to care for, and how they're less expensive. So it's been scientifically proven that cats can be medically beneficial. They relieve stress. So the way that they do this is according to the article Benefits of Having a Cat. When you're around a cat, your serotonin levels, which boost your mood, increase, and then cortisol, which is a chemical produced by stress, that goes down. And then it also reduces, or they also reduce anxiety. According to Igor Perlantov, who's a well-known animal rights activist, he says that petting cats can reduce anxiety because it's considered to be soothing and calming. And then they also improve heart health. So the article Cat Ownership and the Risk of Fatal Cardiovascular Diseases states that there was a study that showed that the risk of death from cardiovascular diseases went down, or it was significantly lower in cat owners than dog owners or people who didn't own cats, just because they reduce your stress, so then your blood pressure goes down, so it just kind of all affects your body in a way. So now let's talk about how they're easier to care for. Cats are a lot more independent than dogs. They basically just need food, water, and a litter box, and they're pretty much set. Dogs need a lot more attention, and they also need fairly regular exercise, whereas cats are pretty lazy. They're just kind of content to lay on the couch all day and maybe get up to eat every now and then. So they're a lot more self-reliant, whereas dogs, they kind of need that companion to be around, and they rely on them a lot more. So because cats don't need as much acknowledgement, they're better for people who travel. I know that a lot of people gave speeches about traveling in the past and how it's something they would like to do more. So a cat might be a good pet for you. They can be by themselves for a long time and take care of themselves if they have food and water, so they're fairly hassle-free. Cats are also thought to be less expensive than dogs. The initial price of dogs is a lot higher than cats, so at Heart, the animal shelter in Brainerd, the adoption fee for dogs is $200 plus tax, but for cats it's only $85 plus tax, so it's a lot cheaper. And then also with vet fees, dogs annually cost about $230 with all their fees, whereas cats are only $160 per year. And then that doesn't include spay and neuter fees, which for dogs is about $200, whereas cats, it's around $145, so that's a lot cheaper. And then their everyday care, which is like food and toys and treats and that kind of thing. Dogs are about $200 annually for those items, and cats are around $155. So overall, dogs are more expensive than cats. So today we've talked about some of the reasons why cats may be better for certain people than dogs as a pet. Cats are medically beneficial, easier to take care of, and they're less expensive. So as I said in the beginning, I think that both cats and dogs are great. I have both. But it may not always be practical for certain people to have a dog, just based on their situation, because dogs need a lot more time, and they cost a lot more, and they need more attention. So it's not about which is the better pet, but it's more about which pet better fits your circumstances and lifestyle.